beloved, I thank you so much for your time, and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So I keep claudically hearing CRiME of passion energy. All right, CRiME of passion energy. It's like a CRiME of passion. All right, I keep hearing that. We have the Two of Swords reversed here. Okay, Two of Swords reversed. So currently, in this energy, I am seeing that, you know, there's someone that took someone's life, right? Back to that CRiME of passion energy. That person that took someone's life, they disposed of some form of evidence to the crime scene in fluid, right? Whether that be acid, water, paraffin, there's a fluid that was used to dispose some form of evidence of the crime. Items, possessions, some form of valuables that are tied to this crime scene or this crime that was committed. I'm channeling, okay. So audiently, I'm hearing the word adultery, right? Adultery. It's like whoever committed this crime was after a specific person who, it's like this is an ex that didn't want to remain an ex. They wanted someone, right, to be with them. And because that person didn't want to be with them, they took their life. Okay, let's tap in further to this energy. It's like this woman moved on from this man, but this man never moved on from this woman. It's like this man literally hired someone to watch this woman, a PI, personal investigator, yet to get every ounce of information about this woman, where she goes, who she's with, what she's doing, what she's wearing, you know, how she's doing what she's doing. Like, this man hired a PI since the breakup, since the separation, since the no contact, right? Like, this man was actively stalking this woman using this PI, we have the Hangman reversed. So after the breakup, as he was stalking this woman, he began to obsess over the fact that, you know, it's like this. You could see that this woman was moving on. Nothing was changing about her life and her behavior and her identity. It was just like she was just constantly moving on, doing what she usually does, like putting herself out there, you know, doing life. And this man was actively looking and seeing this woman moving on with her life. And it enabled this obsession within him to ensure that this woman doesn't continue living life, because he couldn't stand seeing her move on. We have the Star, right? So he was like within himself trying to leave this woman alone, right? But he couldn't. Like, this man kept hiring this PI. He would tell this PI, okay, don't stalk her life anymore, and then tell him like, nah, do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it, do it. Like, it's like he had this tug of war within himself where it's like, let her go, but I can't. Let her go, but I can't. Like, that type of energy. And the thing about it is, this woman didn't think this man was still holding on to her. This man portrayed himself as completely okay with the breakup, the separation, the no contact. He didn't show her his obsession. This woman dated this man not knowing he was actually obsessed with her all along. Like, he hid it. You know what I'm saying? He hid it. Like, this man was obsessed with this woman's sexual energy, her eyes, her lips, her nose, her tongue, her body, her skin. Her hair, like everything about this woman, this man was obsessed. And this is a man who's out of alignment with his manhood, right? He's out of alignment with his masculine energy, meaning he is not a balanced person mentally and emotionally. So as he was in this tug of war within himself, trying to stop, then stop, stop, then stop, something happened, right? Where this woman started dating someone else or entertaining someone else in terms of relationship, right? It's like this man watched this woman for so long that like he watched her be with another. Like, he watched her be with someone else, and that's where he lost it. Like, that's where he snapped. We have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Like, this man, it's like he lost it. Like he was also surprised with himself when in that moment he saw his own true colors about this whole situation come out. Like, he had suppressed this obsession for so long that it manifested itself in this way, that he just snapped. Like, it took him seeing her with another, right, for like him to snap. And right then and there, he started plotting her murder. Right then and there, he started planning her death. Right then and there, the crime of passion ignited. It's like this man went deep in his mind. Like, he went so deep in his mind to carefully construct and plot and scheme and strategize that it's like, it was such a, like, he literally had so many episodes while in the state of being of like planning to take this woman's life, right? He was going through so many stages of like grief and mourning and loss, as if he was already like in that moment, as he's experiencing all those things, he was like kind of like, to him she was already dead in his head. Like, to him it had already happened. Damn. Queen of Swords reversed. It's like this man was crying and like saying like he kept envisioning this woman being with someone else, and I want to scream, like I want to scream so bad. Like it's in my throat, like I just want to like I want to okay. This man started researching graveyard sites and local police offices, like this man even went to go get a specific attire outfit on some like Ophelia in the Hamlet like play. If you know the Hamlet, it's like this woman died wearing this luxurious like dress, like that was symbolic to like who she was, like the specific outfit. Like in this instance, like I'm seeing like this man went personally to purchase something for this woman to wear after he has taken her life. This man couldn't stand the simple thought of this woman breathing air into another man's like lungs, like kissing someone else. He couldn't even. Like I said, to him, she was already dead. We have the chains reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed. So when he had concocted and constructed his grand scheme of this woman's murder, killing, it's like he vowed to be the one to take her life. Like he vowed, like it's like he took initiative in that way. He's like, he declared it, he commanded it, like it's like he had already did it. In his head, it was done. Like in his head, it had already happened. This is crazy. It's like this man started searching up like crime scenes and like killers that like he started researching people that have taken their partners' lives. Like he started researching, oh, boyfriend killer, girlfriend killer. Like, you know, he started like getting on the web and like searching like how they did it and how they got caught and why. It's like he started like doing his thing. Like he started actively just like right then and there. It's like there's a way in which this man loved this woman. The love he had for this woman drove him insane. We have the sun reversed. It's like the love he had for this woman drove him insane. Like this man, yeah, like he was obsessed. But in that relationship, he didn't want to show it to the woman because he knew who he was and who he had to be in order to be with her. Like he was hiding the obsession because he knew if it showed, she would have left him or never even been with him, right? So in the relationship, he would steal her panties, her clothes, her jewelry. He would like smell like the sheets. Like he would wear her underwear to feel connected to her. Like he would like eat her body fluids. Like maybe they because they were in a relationship, maybe they just had a sexual encounter. He would keep whatever body fluids, like maybe they wiped or they did something, whether it's saliva or whatever, like he would keep the body fluids. Like this was like his memoir. Like he has a box and everything that he hides this woman's things in. He had this in the relationship already. Like already when he was with this woman, he was doing this. It's just this woman didn't know. This woman didn't know she was dating someone who was obsessed with her. She thought this man, you know, was just heavily passionate and, you know, heavily dedicated, heavily committed, heavily faithful, because she experienced this man, like this man was just possessive and controlling, but she thought, you know, it's just normal for people in relationships to be like that. She didn't think anything of it, right? But those were red flags, right? That possessiveness and control was a red flag, right? Because this man would literally, like, let's say they out and about, like, you know what I'm saying? He would love to watch her, like, be, like, you know, just watch your person be, like, whether you out and about with them and they're doing something, or they're just walking, or they're in the vehicle with you, or he would just love to watch this woman exist, right? But his internal environment as he's watching this woman exist, like his internal thoughts and internal emotions, was straight stemming from obsession. So he would do things like he was so obsessed that like he would, it's like this man, the way his obsession is like doppelganger. Like he wants to be this woman. Like he loves her to that extent where he he would want to be her. Like, be her. Like, in her body, in her mind, in her heart, like, in her spirit. Like, he would want to possess her. But this is like a silent experience. Like, he would never, this man would be exactly what this woman wanted, right? Like, if this man was supposed to do this for her, do this for her, do that, do this, go here, do this, say this, like, he would just do it. Like, robotically, without hesitation, he'd just, okay, you know. But internally, there lies this deep obsession that he held in secrecy within himself. It's like God is saying, like, we need to reevaluate our partners and actually know who we are with and not just assume they are the way we think they are. Because you never know. Really, you never know. How many people lose their lives to the people they date? It's an everyday thing. Every day that happens, literally. It should be studied. It should be looked at. So this PI would bring back information to this man, right? This was after the separation, the no contact, the breakup, you know, before he even saw her with someone else and then started to plan her murder, his big kill. Before that, the information he would receive, you know, he wouldn't like it either. He didn't like the fact that this woman was smiling. Like, you smiling and I'm not in your life, and who's making you smile? You know, why you putting on that perfume, or why'd you go and buy that? Like, it's wild. He would question every single thing she does and take it personally. He wouldn't see it in a healed way because, like I said, this man is out of alignment with himself, like mentally and emotionally. We have judgment. So every time you would see this woman living her life, it's like he had a choice right then and there to leave it alone. But back to that tug of war energy he was always in, like, it literally controlled him. He would literally, like, this man would have to fight himself, like, snap out of it, or like hit himself, like, to just stop loving this woman, or like stop, like. You have, it's like the control and the possessiveness that he had on this woman. If this woman, if this man had it his way when they were in a relationship, like, he would want them to, like, bind each other, like, with, he would want, if he had it his way and he didn't have to play this role in order to be with this woman because this woman was not toxic and unhealthy, he would have, like, done things like let's like blood bond or something. Let's drink it. This was the type of man on some, like, let's drink each other's bathwater. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, all types of things that you can imagine. Like, every single thing. This man, basically, how he wanted to be with this woman was her entirety, every inch of her identity and fabrication. Like, he wanted to be this woman more than anything else. Like he saw her in such a way that, like, he like, I see this man just, like, he was, like, trapped, like, this is, we have the Lovers. So you are part of one of the people that was connected to, this woman or this man, take it out applies, or both of these people. But nonetheless, you also saw how jealous, this man was, like, or you knew about it. This woman was not like hiding it. Like, she would tell those closest to her, connected to her, that, oh, he's so jealous, he be fighting me, or we be arguing about like me doing this and that. Like, everyone knew that about this man's jealousy and rage, right? It was not like hidden, it was public knowledge. Yeah, everyone knew what this man was on. But they all, like, there was no concern because of how happy this woman was, like, and how she was speaking about it. Like, she kind of liked, that fact that this man loved her that much, right? Like, she liked the fact that he was getting a little bit jealous, or a little bit, or he would like be enraged. Like, she's not unhealthy. She was not unhealthy or toxic. No, it was more like she loved how much she meant to him. You understand? Like, she loved that, like, damn, like, I really mean that much to you, and it was something she admired, about herself, that like she held this role in this man's heart and mind. But this man had a hard time being in this relationship from the get-go because of the possessiveness and the obsession. Yeah, like, because if this man had it his way, back to that, he would also like have her isolated and not connected to anyone but him. This man, it's something along the lines of like, I want you to belong to me, right? Like, I want like how a slave would to a master, right? Those chains, right? So back to now that he's planning this, when he was in that state of being of planning to take her life, it's like this man would sit and actually like plot. Like, he would write things down, he would cut pictures of like references of the position he wanted her after her death and what she would wear. Like he literally would devote himself to a routine of like studying the perfect kill, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles to the Star. This man would have gotten away with it if it weren't for something that he left behind at the crime scene. Like, something that he missed. So that's something is evidence now. Like, that's something is the reason this man is going to get caught, right? Things are going to tie back to this man, right? So he won't get away with it. But this is the sort of man that's going to like be in his jail cell with a picture of this woman still. Like, this isn't, yeah, we have the Star. Like, a picture of her. Like, it's like this man is not remorseful about this or guilty. If anything, he feels like he's the victim because he had to live without her, or he has to now forever. But what comforts him is the fact that he's the one that took her life. This woman would, like, leading up to the breakup, the separation, the no contact, the reason for the breakup is what the investigators are actually evaluating actively, right? Because it's deep. It's not like we broke up because we were arguing too much. There was a separation because we didn't connect. No chemistry, no emotional understanding or mental understanding or, spiritual alignment. There's no contact because, like, we just got to a conclusion that this was not working out. Now, like, this breakup is very significant. This separation, the reason for it, all of this is very significant. There's a big secret as to why there was no contact to begin with between the two lovers. It's like this man, he wanted this woman to be as obsessed with him as he was with her, but she was healthy. Like, this woman was a woman of, like, charisma and smart and beautiful and emotionally balanced and mentally in alignment. Like, this woman had, like, spiritual rank where she was this, like, she had this aura. Like, this woman was just a very genuine human being. I am seeing that who just, like, was in love and her life was taken by her lover. So let's go back to the reason of why they weren't together, right? Leading up to that, this woman started to experience some form of abuse from this man. It's like this man would start doing certain things to this woman, and guess what? She also discovered his hidden box of memoirs. Like, this woman saw her panties that were missing, her valuables, her jewelry, her, like, toothpick, like weird things that this man kept. Like, she discovered the books, the pictures, where this man, like, the books where he would journal, like, his experiences with her. This man was deeply obsessed. Like, she found out about the obsession, hence they no longer were together. But the thing about this woman is she didn't want to tell him that. It's like when she found out, and when she saw also his change of behavior towards her, he started being abusive mentally, emotionally, and physically. He started feeling too entitled. Feeling like, I can't touch on you if I want to, even if you're not in the mood. I can't say this, I can't do that, I can act like that. Like, the obsession was too deeply embedded. It manifested itself in that way. Like, he couldn't hide it anymore. And it led this woman to discover the truth. She didn't want to say, oh, I know about your box of memoirs. I found this, I found that, I saw this, I saw that. She didn't want to say what she saw and found out. So she called it quits with a different approach based on a different reason. Like, she wanted this man to believe that her not wanting to be with him stemmed from some other reason, because she was scared for her life right then and there. She pushed herself to actively move on with hope of finding new love, because she didn't want to dwell on what had happened between her and this man and what she had discovered. Like, this woman was running away from this man's obsession. Like, she didn't want to look at it. Like, she was, like, afraid of it. She was also afraid of herself. Like, she didn't understand how she could have that much power over somebody. You know, like, there was so much she was going through. But her actively trying to move on was pushing herself to let go of everything. Like, she was actively trying to escape, like, this relationship and everything that came with it. She's like, nah, like, I can't think, I don't even want to reflect on that. Like, what? Like, nah. Like, this woman wanted out. Like, she was like, nah, no way. Like, she was so scared. Like, this man had his own understanding of the situation. Hence, he hired a PI, right, to see this woman's behavior, her, you know, everything. And in the same breath, he didn't think she would move on, right, or it would be that quick, or it would be that way, right? He snapped as soon as, like, he saw her with someone else. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So how the crime happened was how it happened, but this is why it happened, right? This man couldn't take being without this woman. If this woman would have, like, spoken up, because I don't see her telling someone that this is what I found. Like, she was that scared. It's almost like she wanted to forget it. It traumatized her. Like, imagine as, like, someone in a relationship, you find your person with all these, like, it's scary. Like, oh my God, you would be scared for your life. Anyone would. It is scary. That's why this man hit it. He knew, like, this was crazy. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Chariot, to the Four of Pentacles reversed here. So it's like this man fell in love, right? But because of the relationship he had with himself, the love drove him crazy, right? It's like he wasn't in alignment with himself. He's not in alignment mentally and emotionally. So someone in that state of being, experiencing love, like, he wouldn't know how to, you know, like, because he's not in alignment. He doesn't understand how to show up in love and be this person. He had to teach himself whilst trying to coexist with the secret obsession he held within himself. Like, he had to teach himself how to be loving towards her. You know, he had to teach himself to care about certain things. He had to teach himself that, no, you don't ask for her blood. You know, you don't. Like, he had to talk himself out of being obsessed, but he couldn't. Hence, the obsession took over in the end. And in the end, this woman lost her life to this man. God is saying, like, don't allow her story to be yours, though, right? Where it's like, this is like the things that happen to those we are connected to, those experiences of the people we are connected to, because we are all connected as humankind. Those that are connected to us, we need to also look at their lives, right? And the things that happen to them and learn from them. So God wants you to learn from this and understand that people you date, love, show love to, or anyone that you give yourself to in that way, you need to think twice, right? You need to actually know who you're dating. It's like, it's a lesson to you personally as well, that, you know, your own personal experience, right? It's like God is saying, learn from this. Don't let it be something that you are fearful about, where it's like you never want to be with anyone. Now you isolate yourself. You don't want to date. Like, don't allow this to scar you or traumatize you to that extent. Rather, take a lesson from it and actually apply it in your reality and see a way forward in a better way, right? Be able to see who you give your love to, and don't choose to be blind to any red flags, right? Because we don't know how the love we give to other people, how it affects them mentally and emotionally. Because people have been through different things. People have different chemical balances within themselves. People have different genetics. People have different, things that they house in their minds and hearts. And we don't know how our love can alter their frequency, right? Their wavelength and their vibration. You'll show up and love somebody, and they will never want to let you go, even if it compromises your life or theirs. It's like, I know that when I'm around certain, I know that, it's like, what I'm actually channeling here is like, this woman didn't mean to make someone obsessed. That's the thing about obsession. It happens as it does. Like, no one is like, I want you to be, and if someone is like, I want you to be obsessed with me, it's because they're already obsessed with the other person. Hence, this man wanted this woman to be obsessed with her. Yeah, the devil. Back to that, I want to drink your bath water. I want to drink your blood. I want you, pee on me. Like, all these things that this man was on, but didn't want to express to this woman because he knew it would seal the deal of the whole thing. Like, he would, he knew how she would perceive it. Right? It's like, this woman didn't ask for this. God is saying, like, you must learn this woman and who she was to you. Like, there's something about who this woman was, like her womanhood and her mind, her heart, her spirit, her body. She was very, this woman was someone to behold. Like, she was someone to behold. Like, this woman was she was very, she was amazing. And people like that, have they things that follow them. Jealousy, envy, hate, and obsession. Things like that. Like, this woman, it's like she's like you, whether you are a woman yourself or a masculine. Like, you were connected to her for a reason, or you knew her for a reason, or you knew of her for a reason. Like anyone can study someone because they feel like they resonate with that person. Anyone can look up to someone because they see themselves in that person. There's connections in other people. Like, there's you in another. There's you in another, right? So God is saying, like, this man, his obsession was kind of like one-sided, right? She loved him, but she wasn't obsessed with him, right? Because obsession is not good. Nothing is good about the devil energy like that. Like, unless, it's healthy-based obsession where we both know that we never harm or hurt one another, with it, right? But when it's harmful and hurtful, it becomes dangerous, right? It'd be different if it was reciprocated and this woman was also on that. But they would have to have those healthy boundaries. It's like healthy toxic love. Like, those people where they be fighting one another, but it's like they know, like, what's up. Like, it's not like it's only them that get it. You understand what I'm saying? There's relationships like that. Your own little world with your person. Whether it has a little bit of toxicity or obsession or, but there's healthiness and balance in you both. So it won't get out of hand and lead to something else. You understand? So in this regard, it led to something else because this man, like I said, he's out of balance with himself mentally and emotionally. So with the Page of Wands reversed, there is nothing new under the sun, nothing new under the moon. You need to be aware of who you connect to because there's plenty of men like this out there and women. who hide the obsession they have towards the other person because they want to keep that person in their life without showing that person their true colors, because they know their true colors are who they really are, and no one will want to be with someone like them, and they don't want to look at themselves and heal. They stay attached. This man was willing to do unspeakable things with this woman, actively every day watching her whilst in a relationship with her, but his thoughts and his emotions take him to such a place that, but how he would be was just like present, attentive, smiling, kind, but inside, his mind and his heart were so far into an obsessed domain. Like, all these things that he would think of and feel was so rooted in obsession. We have the Magician to the title card reversed. So God is saying, learn. Because as we are all connected to one another, anything can happen, right? Like, because we never really know. Like, you never know who you're sitting next to at a public setting or in a vehicle. You never know who's around you, who's looking. And anyone can come into your life and portray a certain identity, but their internalized environment is different, meaning who they really are is hidden, right? So you are being called to stand in awareness. Don't ignore red flags about anyone or anything. And at this time, learn to discern energy. Read the room, read the person, read the environment, read the energy, right? Read the energy. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly, and you can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.